The concept of a wasted day is obviously very subjective, so the last thing I want to do is make anyone feel like you are wasting your time. If you feel like you really need time to recharge and do nothing, know that that is completely okay. I mentioned this quote in my last half-wasted day video, but it is truly one of my favorites, and it reads, if you give 10% on a day that you only had 10%, then that means you gave 100%. I also just want to point out that the older I've gotten, the more I recognize that there is privilege in having time to waste when so many of us are working constantly to try to make a living, constantly in a fight or flight mode, balancing 100 different responsibilities, and having that time to do nothing or to just be bored can actually be so beneficial to our nervous system. But to be transparent with you guys, I'm kind of going through some heavy family stuff, and I don't want to be home and dwell in negative thought patterns, so I'm really going to try and practice discipline over motivation today and attempt to save my half-wasted day with some much-needed self-care. And if you're new here, my name is Alex. I'm 28 years old. I live in Southern California and I love documenting my life, including the highs and the lows. So if that sounds interesting to you, please consider subscribing and dropping a comment to say hi, because I love hearing from you guys and I always comment back. If you have been watching my previous vlogs, you may or may not know that I've been on a running journey. I've never been a runner for like my entire life, and I've always had a very limited belief that I'm just not a runner. So I've really been trying to work on squashing that. But what's been making it very hard is my super painful and persistent shin splints. I even had to get a massage gun, which helps a little bit. I really wanted to go on a run today, even though it's super overcast, but I just simply cannot even pass a jump test right now. My shin splints are still killing me even after 4 days of rest. I know that it can lead to stress fractures when you try to push yourself a little bit too much, so I'm really trying to find a balance between building up the endurance and pacing myself. So we're gonna stay put and do a little bit more of a restorative workout slash yoga session. It's Saturday and I know that the gym is gonna be super packed, so I truly think that I will have a much more productive exercise session here at home. I don't know if I'm gonna use these 20s, but we'll take them out anyway. I am not gonna lie to you, my yoga mat is pretty slippery. So I'm actually gonna work out without a mat because I trust myself to do that.
Todo iluminado por el sol, una ventana de ilusión, niños jugando y
Zach is working on a project and has a deadline, and I'm always very tempted to stay home and just chill with him, but I really want to get out. We're gonna have a couple of firsts today, so I'm going to a seafood lunch spot that I've never been to because it's close to this one independent bookstore that I've never been to. I missed it during the book crawl last month, so I really want to check it out. Even though it is so overcast, I think I'm gonna have to put on my sunglasses because it's almost like brighter than if the sun was out because of how white the sky is. Not a vibe. I'm so sorry, but if you guys usually watch my videos for the sunny vibes, you're definitely not gonna get them today. Oh my god, it's so bright. It was a really, really good lunch, very refreshing. I do have this toxic trait though of eating things that usually give me a stomach ache with the hope that it finally won't give me a stomach ache. So we'll see.
Unfollow your dreams. I sent one of them to my dad.
All right, I feel kind of bad because I didn't end up buying anything at the bookstore, but that's because they had a very, very large portion, which I was super excited to check out, closed off. And I was really, really hoping to buy used books, which they didn't have a very large selection of. I'm just really trying not to overspend on books, especially because I have a lot of books that are still on my shelf that I haven't read yet. So I am trying to be a good girl. So this is kind of random, but do any of you guys have experience going to estate sales? I'm in like a rich part of town right now, and I was just thinking that I should go to a thrift store, which reminded me that I've really been wanting to check out an estate sale. But for some reason, I just feel like really nervous or shy to go alone. And I also don't really know where I'm supposed to find out about them. Alright, I'm torn between this one and this one. Got some goodies. I'm really craving pasta and meatballs for dinner, so I'm gonna make a quick pit stop at Trader Joe's. I picked up a few cute self-care items for later, but you know how I know it's time for me to go home? I ran out of water. Sardines. They didn't have spaghetti pasta, so got linguine, which I'm really upset about. And then I've heard really good things about Trader Joe's Brazil nut body scrub and body butter. I heard about this because a lot of people were saying that this is a dupe for the Brazil Crush one. It smells really good, I'm not gonna lie. I used to be a red wine girly, but I'm too gassy for that now, so white wine it is. That hair mask was so good. I don't even think I'm gonna have to put on leave-in conditioner.
Ugh. Brother, ugh.
What the fuck?
What's that, brother?
How do people do these a lot?
The atmosphere is toxic.
Seriously.
Oh, that was a fail. Wow. Those meatballs.